The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster Sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides. Mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
You thought that was funny.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
You were laughing like a hyena when he said it.
98.
What the hell is wrong with you?
K-U-K-U-D.
Brady, are you ready to solve the world's problems?
Yeah.
All right, it's time now for Brady it doesn't sound at all confident. Solve all the world's problems right now. It is called, I believe, What Would Brady Do? There it is. All right, you got some good ones today too. They're gonna play with you. It's brought to you by our friends at M&P Guns. If you're interested in going down there and getting all your gun needs met, well, that's the place to do it. 12th Street and Indian School, M&P Guns. Still trying to just unload everything so they don't have to move.
Yeah. They got the new building that they're going to be moving into shortly, but they don't want to move all the stuff inside. They're like, you know what? Let's just have a big fire sale.
Moving sucks. So let's get rid of all the stuff. So they got great deals going on right now, and everything you've ever wanted, they've got, and more. Things you didn't even know you wanted, they've got. You go down there and figure it all out. M&P Guns, 12th Street and Indian School, and we thank them for bringing you What Would Brady Do? Ready?
Ready.
That's a good one. I like this one because I tire of this argument. It says, Dear Brady, my 22-year-old son is in credit cards he got last year and the year before. He lost his job recently, and he finally confessed that he's in trouble. He seems to be on the path of a deadbeat. Here's what he suggested. We asked my dad, who is well off, for early inheritance. When my dad dies, the grandkids all stand to get around $200,000. So we think. How in the world does this conversation happen? My dad's incredibly conservative. He won't be happy with this. My son has also been very open about his bisexuality with Grandpa, which makes my dad go crazy.
Oh, okay. He told Grandpa.
He told Grandpa.
They met with Grandpa.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Hey, I'd get my $200,000 right away. What would you do in this situation? He's driven up about $60,000 in debt on cards already. Terry. Boom.
Me? No early inheritance.
Do you even ask?
Because of the way he ran up the debt.
He'll just spend all your dad's money.
He'll chew through that so fast. Yeah, so no. You got to let him go through that, figure out how to either pay it back and just pay on it until Gramps kicks it.
I've never heard more people, like growing up, I knew kids who were rich, who had rich families, and never once did I hear them say, oh, my grandpa dies, I get this, or my uncle dies, I get that. Like in the last 15 years, you talk to anybody under the age of 30, they'll bring up what they're going to win when one of their family members dies. Oh, I got an uncle who lives up there on Camelback Mountain. He's going to give me everything. So you're not going to do anything? Yeah, I don't have to. Like they're counting on it. It's part of their plan.
I would say, like when you hear stuff like that, majority of the time,
it's not real.
Not real.
Right, but they're still, that's their excuse for being losers, is they think that their uncle's going to hand them a ton of money just because they got a rich family member. I think it's what happens in pro sports when, because that one dude I talked to that said, when my cousin went and played for the Ravens, and I didn't see any of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what did you expect? And he goes, we were all counting on it. I'm like, that's your problem. It's like counting on bonuses at work. They might not happen.
That's a dick move.
Yeah, it's a complete dick move. But people have that in their heads like they're owed just because their family members got something and they get along. I would never want that. You run up $60,000 in debt at age 22 on credit cards, that 200's not covering it.
Yeah, that's the tough one. I mean, imagine if $60K was bail on something that he did break the law.
At least there's no interest on
But
it.
he will chew through that really quick.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He's got to learn how to be a little bit better financially.
Here's a rule
sound.
about money. An idiot who spends $60,000 he doesn't have will spend $200,000 he has to fix that and make it worse. And guess what? In the end, he'll still have $60,000 in debt.
It's the American way.
There's a Dr. Phil and Oprah years ago did remember that show? I think they had a show there for a while. They just gave people $100,000. They broke people.
Yep.
Got $100. It's the Peter principle.
And what they do,
you're gonna win or you're gonna lose. And they basically said, "Here's $100,000." And two of them managed to kind of start a life okay, but the money went fast. One guy, it was over in like 3. He bought a car. He went out, just spent it like immediately. Got an apartment he couldn't afford. He got a car. Was good for about 3 weeks, and then realized, the bills keep coming.
Yeah.
And he was an idiot. And there's a rule that if you give somebody who's bad with money more money, government, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep until they show that they can't.
Yeah.
Never give somebody that money.
There's
and quit counting on people to die in your life for your financial well-being, you weirdo. That's creepy.
And I know I've had some friends, and even in our family, I know there was a situation before on my grandparents, my mom's sister.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity to buy a piece of property, and at the time they didn't have the money to do it, but if it was a good opportunity, so if they got a gift, which my grandparents ended up doing.
So they bought them the land.
They gave them a gift so they could buy the land.
Right, that's buying the land.
Yeah, they basically deducted it from the...
Sure, you just take it off the end, but they bought them the land.
And it wasn't like it's paying off a debt or anything like this. It was like, here's an opportunity for...
The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, it's a good opportunity
repeat.
for me,
Trust
me on this one. You've had barbecue before.
Right.
But you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corner beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding. Amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com for more info.
You thought that was funny.
It goes with friends, too.
You were laughing like a hyena when he said it. What the hell is wrong with you?
I take note to that dodging.
Brady, are you ready to solve the world's problems? All right, it's time now for Brady. Yeah, he doesn't sound it all the time. But you're gaming all the world's problems. You're gaming it. You're not dodging. Gaming it. I believe what would Brady do? Look, we can do this. All right, I got some good ones today too. They're gonna no problem with that. They're gonna play with you. I'd game the system all day if my dad. Brought to you by our friends at M&P Guns. If you're interested in going down there and getting all your gun needs met, well, that's the place to do it. 12th Street and Indian School, M&P Guns.
Writing that Christmas check.
Trying to just unload everything so they don't have to move.
Yeah, they got the new building that they're going to be moving into shortly, but they don't want to move all the stuff inside. They're like, you know what? Let's just have a big fire sale.
Moving sucks. Try in life. I got a family. So let's get rid of all the stuff. They got great deals going on right now.
Yeah, you keep
everything you ever wanted. They've got, and more. Things you didn't even know you wanted, they've got. End up in a call you go down there and figure it all out. M&P Guns, 12th Street and Indian School. And we thank them for bringing you what would Brady Dear Brady, my mother-in-law just moved in with us. She sleeps in the room next to our master bedroom. Says, Dear Brady, my 22-year-old son is in sweet credit card she got last year and the year before. She says she's more comfortable being close to us in case something goes wrong. Well, I'll tell you what's gone wrong. I can't get a heart on the path of a deadbeat. Here's what he suggested: is one thin wall between who is well off and her daughter's orgasm for early inheritance. Yeah. When my dad dies, the grandkids all stand to get around 200,000. That we don't hump anymore. I'm in a pickle, and how in the world does this conversation happen? My dad's incredibly conservative. He won't be happy with this. My son has also been very open about his bisexuality with Grandpa,
for sure,
which makes my dad go crazy.
Yeah,
get her in the corner of the house.
Until Grandpa. They met with Grandpa. I'm like, whoa.
I'd get my $200,000 right away.
Lisa and her sister and
what would you do in this situation? He's driven up about $60,000 in debt on cards already.
Getting old, she's already had one stroke that she's kind of coming out of.
Me? No early inheritance.
About,
do you even ask?
Because of the way he ran up the debt.
He'll just spend all your dad's money.
He'll chew through that fast.
But they're thinking about
you got to let him go through that, figure out how to either pay it back.
It's got to be like an apartment.
My mom, I tried to talk
pay on it until Gramps kicks.
I've never heard more people, like growing up, I knew kids who were rich, who had rich families, and never once did I hear them say, "Oh, my grandpa dies, I get this," or "My uncle dies, I get walking around naked." Like in the last 15 years, you talk to anybody under the age of 30, they'll bring up what they're going to win
for like needing privacy.
When one of their family members,
it was like
really I got an uncle who lives up there on Camelback Mountain.
It's like if I want to walk around naked in my yard, I can't.
So you're not going to do anything?
Yeah,
I don't have to.
Can't do that in a
like they're
condo.
counting on it. It's part of their plan.
I would say, like when you hear stuff like that,
we pull up to the house.
Majority of the time,
it's not real
out loud,
right? But they're still that's their excuse for being losers.
Little area.
They think that their uncle's going to hand them a ton of money just because they got a rich family member. I think it's what happens in pro sports.
Thinking I wanted to
when
put
maybe that one dude I talked to that said my cousin went and played for the Ravens and I didn't any
property. My mom said,
and I was like, "What did you expect?" And he goes, "We were all counting on." I'm like, "That's your problem."
You will. You
like count on bonuses in my yard now? It might not happen.
Yeah.
Like what the hell happened?
Yeah, it's a complete dick move. But people have that in their heads, like they're
might need
owed
to. And I'm like,
just because their family members got something and they get along. Live somewhere else. I would never want that. You run up $60,000 in debt at age 22.
And the landscaping
on credit card.
They can say
that 200's not covering it.
Al and his family, they don't need to take in an eyeball of that.
$60K was
Mr. Holmberg, yeah, John, how you
something
doing?
that he did.
Al Smith, we do it right.
Break the law.
What's going on? At least there's no interest.
You
But
talking
he
about
will
men and
chew
not
through that
flashing
really
that giant
quick.
beaver
Until
anymore
he-
because
he's got to
one of my guys started to weed whack it. We didn't know it wasn't part of
Here's
the
a rule
Sound.
about money. An idiot who spends $60,000 he doesn't have
coyote digging
will
a hole
spend
in your backyard.
$200,000
Your mother just laying in the sun.
to fix that and make it worse. And guess what? In the end, he'll still have $60,000.
We tried to fill that thing in. She got all crazy mad.
There's
I'm sorry,
Dr.
ma'am. I
Phil
thought
and
that was a
Oprah
coyote
years ago did a remember that show? I think they had a show there for a while.
I'm
They
talking
just
about
gave
walking
people
around
$100,000.
naked for privacy, and then she's like, "I'll live in
Broke
your yard."
people
No,
got $100. It's the Peter principle.
And what they
you're
do-
you're gonna
Have you
win
seen
or
the
you're
thing
gonna
now
lose.
that's,
And they
Swimply?
basically said,
it's
"Here's $100,000."
You can
And
rent your
two
pool
of
to
them.
people.
Oh yeah.
Managed to kind of start the life okay, but the money
They
went
got
bad.
500 people.
One guy, it was over in like three. He bought a car
for a little extra. You get your grill
like
and,
immediately. You got an apartment. He
They
couldn't
use the
afford. He got a
backyard?
car.
Crap
It was
and
good
pee
for
in
about
that
3
But
weeks,
only
and then
in the,
realized,
so you stay inside,
Yeah, you
or
can't
the bills
bar your
keep
patio
coming.
door.
You
And
bar
he was
up,
an
and
idiot.
and there's
I
a
know
rule
you
that if you give somebody who's
probably
bad
would.
with
I wanna
money
get
more
to know
money,
you.
government, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep until they show that they
the grill
can.
here. I got the grill
Brady
for you.
got
Every
There's,
quinceanera that comes through
Quit
Guadalupe.
counting on people to die in your life for your
Come to my
financial
house in
well-being.
Gilbert.
Weirdo.
Do your
That's
quinceanera
creepy.
back there.
And I know there's
Yeah,
been,
you can
I've
rent
had
your pool. I'm
some
like, I don't
friends,
even
and
want
even
my
in
family.
our family, I know there was
I don't
a
have
situation
pool people
before
over.
on,
Nobody's getting in my pool.
grandparents,
Campionanos.
my mom's sister, they had an opportunity to buy a piece of property, and at the time they didn't
isn't it, Lucio?
have the money to do it. But
Hey,
if
Daddy,
it was a
why
a
is
good
that big
opportunity.
woman
So if they
standing in
got
the
a
window?
gift, which my grandparents ended up doing,
So they bought him the
He's
land.
staring at you because
they
he does not understand.
gave them a gift so they could buy the
What you
land.
got in that pot over there? What is that,
Yeah,
Minuta?
they basically deducted it. From the,
Sure, you just take it off the end.
you
They
rent
bought
your
him
I
the
always
land.
wear
it wasn't
sombrero.
like-
I love them.
Brady, it's like $50 an hour.
It's like here's an opportunity for the
or
family.
like you can do a
who
day
wanna be
rate,
out
and if
here.
you throw the grill in, it's more.
But relying, see, I couldn't
And
do
people
that.
are putting like.
I wouldn't.
don't know if
I
you
mean,
do that. I couldn't go and
that
That was
my
a tough
parents
thing.
can buy
A
one.
smoker and grill.
And then, but it's a good opportunity for me, but I can't
I'm gonna
afford
look
it,
into
and
this.
it isn't an opportunity for anyone
Right.
back there.
And so my mom,
I'd release
you know,
my hounds.
I'll have
Sisters?
Kirby do the valet part. I necessarily agree with that
Terrible. No, it's not a good
methodology. I'm like, I
Got some
wouldn't-
elote there,
Yeah,
Chief.
come on
over.
But then as they're in
I
a
love that
different-
street corn.
there's sometimes
Sir,
like,
I know
well,
we are renting your backyard,
there's
but
times
you
that,
do not get any of the
sometimes
food.
on your
Please dismiss
inheritance,
yourself.
If it's going back,
I'll
rather
give you
than
$20 off if you give me that elote.
get
That is
rid
a
of
good
it
deal.
before you die, because probation and stuff like that can, or it
Renting your
gets
goddamn
taxed
backyard
heavily.
to strangers is
taxed
a
either way,
nightmare.
at
Just
least
unless
for
you
me.
hand it out as a
Unless you
gift.
a couple of grocery
distribute it.
cards.
Yep.
Hey, we can't go in the
Set up.
backyard today. There's a quinceanera that blew up back there.
But that's
like
because
some
you're
sort
trying
of
to
pu-
dodge
What happened
something.
to public
Bailing some
parks?
loser out.
Man,
It
the
goes with
gender
friends,
reveal
too.
It out
A friend that needs
Saturday.
$2,000 now.
Amazing.
We'll need $2,000 again. People, and there's like
$100.
$1 million.
I take
absolute
note
loss.
to
It's only
that
like $20
dodging
put
the
in.
system. There's
Then you
got
got
to be
some-
some
just a
neighbors
little
that
bit.
say no, you
Oh,
can't do that.
Well,
$1,000
sure.
sitting in there.
But you're gaming
Why
it.
are you dodging?
And you got
You're
choppers
gaming
over
it.
your house.
You're not dodging.
It's
It's
face
down
down
in
the
the
game in
bottom
the
of your
system
pool.
because you're like, look, we can do
News
this.
is there.
That's the
Tax-free.
last
Which
thing.
I'm for. I was renting my pool this quinceanera, and like 100 people
I
showed
game
up.
the system all day.
I
If my
charged
dad
by
wanted
the
to
head.
bleed me money.
But some people just want to come over.
Don't get taxed heavily.
and swim.
It's already been taxed.
And they'll give you. You
them
get
right in that
$50
Christmas
to
check.
throw around
Start
per
getting on
hour.
that. He's getting up there.
Get a goddamn house.
Dear Brady, my mother-in-law just
Go
killed
to
my
a
dad.
hotel and everything.
I should probably quit.
There's
What
like
a
resorts
loser.
all
What
over
a
talking
city.
like that for
Yeah.
years.
Great
Lodge
deadbeat
of
would say
whatever
that.
that
Well, I
thing
got
is.
a
Yeah, the
family
Wolf
member.
Lodge.
I'd have
Go
to try
play in
and
that.
I
Go
got a
play in
family
that
member
piss
that'll
water.
Let
work
alone
every
aunt
day.
or
Play it
uncle.
slide
Yeah,
over
you
the
can't count on that.
Exactly. Don't piss and poop in mine.
I hope people like
Isn't
that get
Verado.
burned. End up in a call
The
center
Grand.
until they're 70.
La Grande.
Yeah.
Hi,
Quinceañera
you're
there.
late on your
You rent
payments.
my
I know
house
the
for it.
feeling. Freaks. Dear Brady, my mother-in-law
Actually,
just
like a
moved in with
50-year-old
us.
in the
She
backyard
sleeps in the
swimming in
room
my
next to our master
Little
bedroom.
guy come and kick
We
everybody
have a
out.
mother-in-law
Big dog
suite in the
can come
house,
back.
and she just won't go in at my pool. She says she's more comfortable
Randy's
being
new
close
pool
to us in
Hey,
case
John's
something
got a
goes wrong.
lot of,
Well, I'll tell you what's gone wrong. I
pregnancy
can't get a
test
hard on
strips
anymore.
and,
It's my mom.
blood in your pool. What's going on?
My mother-in-law is one thin wall between
I've been
me
renting
and
it
her
out.
daughter's
Yeah,
orgasm.
Chlorine's a little low.
Chlorine's low, but the estrogen's through the
I
roof.
can't
perform. My wife seems all too happy that we don't hump anymore.
like
I'm in
eggs
a
and
pickle,
pots.
and I'm in
I
too
rented
deep.
to a-
This
Well,
isn't
actually,
a
no, I'm
salt
not in
pool,
deep.
right?
Like
A
anything.
ton of really
What would
fertile
you do
Mexican
here?
girls
Swimming
swimming
in it last
Get
week.
rid of both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right, Brady.
Mom, for sure.
Yuck.
To the
And then you get that
mother-in-law.
weird couple
Yeah,
that wants
get
to
her in the
rent
corner
it.
of the house.
No way.
And
I
watch
mean,
them the whole time.
yeah.
You're going to hump in your pool.
Get a mother-in-law sleeping on a
that
wall
too.
away.
And
they're deadbeats.
Me and her
Yeah.
sister
Gonna
and,
if you got to rent a pool, you're
brother-in-law
kind
and
of
me are
not,
going through this as
kind
well
of
with
a-
Lisa and her
kind of a
sister's mom.
deadbeat. Oh, yeah.
Getting old, she's
You're a
already
pool
had
renter.
one stroke that she's
Right?
kind of coming out of and
Yeah.
doing well, but they're thinking
Or
about
you just wanna ruin
long term
somebody else's
and looking at
stuff.
getting a house
hell.
with a mother-in-law suite
For them.
like that.
I mean, I know the whole.
They want
That-
privacy.
VRBO
So
thing.
no,
for
we
you.
got no room. We just bought our house.
That's just-
but
but
they're
it's
thinking
just
about
taking
doing
the
that,
yard.
and that kind of conversation is.
Yeah, it's just your yard. This
She's
is a
gotta
good.
have
You're
her
still
own.
home.
She's got to have her own access.
Anyway,
She's
for
got
those
to
of you
have
who are-
everything. It's got to be like an
Swimply.
apartment.
Yeah, my mom. I tried to talk her
rent
a
your
while
pool out to
ago.
a bunch of
A few years ago, I tried to say, you
you
don't need
got
this house anymore.
$45.
We got our freshly delivered to
You're
our
sitting on some
Swimply.
cash. To get into something a little smaller, like a condo. Well, I don't
I'm
want a
from a little
condo. I want
Aidslie.
to walk
I don't know
around
what's going on.
naked. If I feel like
Dear
walking
Brady, I
around
just
naked
found out
in
my
yard,
girlfriend
and I'm like,
slash
what the hell
fiance
are you
doing
Move
doing
in
that
with
for?
me.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's what I was
So,
17
COVID
years ago.
nature.
So that was her
People's
excuse for
past
like needing
their past, but
privacy and
evidently,
stuff, and I got
this
it. It
was
was
like
five
really
man
overblown
show.
way to tell me
She
that.
was a show
It's like,
pony.
if I
and
wanna
you
walk
were
around
there.
naked in my
And
yard,
I found
I
out
can- I
because her
wanna be
college
able to
friend
do
who's
that.
still
You
a
can't do that in
whore.
a condo.
And my
Like,
wife
could
got
be.
into a
Go to
fucking jail. You should go to
my wife
jail
got
for
into an
telling me
argument with
that.
her about how
And
she
then,
needs to slow it down.
we pull
Then
up
the
to the
whore
house,
yells,
and I
really?
said
The queen of
something out
Speedway
loud, which
gangbang
was
has advice for me? Well, that led to
which
a few
was, I got
questions.
this little area here. I wanted
And
to
she
kind
told
of
me.
build a little
It floored
pool
me.
house. I'm kind of innocent. I'm
And in
on
my
my
head,
girl.
I'm thinking,
I had my
I
high
wanted to
school
put, like,
sweetheart,
maybe a
my
little
first
recording
wife,
area
and
in
now
there,
this
just
girl.
do a little
The gangbang,
like a guest house.
What would Brady do
on the property? My mom said, "Oh, well, that would be
If-
great
if
if
you
I ever
can't
needed
get
it." I'm
over
like,
that,
hell,
you know,
hell,
say it
you
was
will.
17
You
years
want to
ago
walk
and
around
those
naked in my yard
part
now?
of the
Not happening. Like, what the hell happened to
growing up
privacy?
process.
Well,
that
you know
might
what I
not be able
mean.
to-
I might
it's-
need to, and I'm like,
Yeah, that
nuh-uh.
could be tough news.
I'll
because
foot the bill for you to
definitely
live
had a
somewhere else.
conservative
Texas
life
with
compared to
So she moved in with
Speedway Express.
Yeah.
Man,
It's
the
like the
landscaping
finger
crew.
death punch
yeah,
going
it
on
would
at
have
U
been
of A.
oh, phenomenal.
Al and his
Pool
family,
guy-
they don't need to take
Did you
in
get
an
over it?
eyeball of that. Mr. Holmberg, yeah, John, how you doing?
Again,
This
it
is
would be,
Al.
it
Taking
would
it,
be
Quinn
a
Smith, we do it
tough
right.
story
Hey, Al, what's
to
going on? Hey, you
listen
talking
to,
about
and
me
it
into
would-
not fleshing that
it
giant
would
bee
be
around no
weird
more because
if
we
you were- if you were really
one of my guys started to weed
conservative as a
whack it.
couple.
We didn't know it wasn't part of the landscape. Well, she
And
could
then
take
also-
it.
Well, yeah, you can, but you don't like the way.
Look, you got some
but a
sort
lot
of
of
a
those sluts find
coyote
Jesus.
digging a hole in your backyard. Where's your mother just laying in the sun?
Could I get over it? I could. Right. Now, but-
We tried to fill that thing in. She got all crazy mad. I'm like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I thought that was a coyote.
But if she's a five,
My mom's talking about walking around naked for privacy, and then she's like, I'll live in your yard. I'm like, no.
Yeah, once.
Just once. Maybe she didn't like it.
What's the difference?
Have you seen the thing now, this
gets 5
Swimply?
cranks in a week or 5 cranks at
It's
once?
so
What if
new
she was
that
a-
you
what if
can
it was
rent
the
your
Jackson
pool
5
and it was actually a really impressive group.
No.
Going
Gangbusters. Somebody take the
Like,
Jackson.
come on.
They got 500 people on a list.
It
and they're
is really
selling out.
suicide
tennis.
Oh, for a little extra, you get
Nope.
your grill.
2 hands, a couple of
feet.
feet. They just
One's
They
a
use
whore,
the
always a
backyard,
whore.
Come over and
Misfits.
crap and pee in the snow.
but
and
only in the.
Brett
So
says
you
you
stay
should leave.
inside,
Yeah,
or
you Katie bar your patio door.
Yeah, you bar up
You
and
got 5 cranks in the room.
I know
But But
what if she?
Oh, so
You
5
probably
at
would.
once.
I wanna
but if,
get
like,
to know
like,
you.
You'd be part of all that 5 times in 3 or 4 weeks.
I got the grill here.
I know,
I got the
Ray does
grill
radio
for
be
you.
out there
5 different
every
Franks
quinceañera
and-
that
be
comes
on
through
What about
Guadalupe.
50 over
just
a
comes
17-year
speak-
period?
Come to my house in
before you
Gilbert.
meet her. Before you
Your
meet her.
quinceañera
That's
back
fine.
there.
But if
As
you're
long
taking
as
all
you do.
5 at
Yeah,
once,
you can
no.
rent your pool. And I'm like, I
That
don't even
story
want
just
my
kills
family.
that.
They're done.
She can
It
take
does
it. I don't have
take
she
it
wants
to a
people
different
over.
level.
Nobody's getting
One-on-one dog.
Feliz
You can take one-on-one dogs. What if she took
It's a
5 in a
quinceañera.
day?
Feliz
Not all together.
cumpleaños.
This
5
is the
different
life,
dudes?
isn't it,
That's the
Lucio?
worry.
Well, 2 days.
Hey, Daddy,
That's still kind of
why is that big woman standing in the window?
I can go
That's a little
5 and
man.
4 is where Brett's
He's
on.
staring at you
What's your
because he
record?
does not
What I like is
understand.
our-
Hold on a
Our
second.
rationale.
Culture.
You're kind of like the
You got
dentist
in
that
that pot
approves
over there. What
Trident.
is that?
4 out of 5.
Yeah, exactly.
But if he had 4 appointments in one day,
Hey, you rent your pool.
I always
Yeah.
wear
No,
a
you're
sombrero.
goddamn right.
I
It's
love
like-
them.
Brady, it's like $50 an hour.
Not this hoorah.
And, or like you can do a day rate in front of you. Throw the grill in, it's more.
Absolutely.
And people are putting like
I'm not a whore,
RVs
I'm
in
a
their
man.
backyard, and then you can have
Man,
them
with the
going around.
smoker and grill.
But yeah, you got to get over it. She's a speedway.
I'm gonna look into this.
You like her
Really?
before
I
you
wouldn't
found
want anyone
Seems
back
to have
there.
changed. I'd release my hounds.
I'll
I'd
have
want more
Kirby do the
details.
valet parking.
Terrible.
I'm sure it's on
You just
Pornhub
like the
now.
story, though.
Got some elote there, Chief. Come on over. Elote coming up. I love that street corn.
Sir, I know we are renting your backyard, but
imagine.
you do not get any of the
Then
food.
you
Please,
like-
dismiss
And
yourself.
the jokes that you
I'll give you $20
parties
off
over
if you
there.
give me that elote.
Oh, there's 5?
that is a good
Take the
deal.
last 5.
Every party of 5.
1, 2,
Renting your
2
goddamn backyard with strangers is a nightmare.
Whatever,
At least
and he'll
for
just
me, I
hold it
couldn't do
over
it.
the whole time. A couple of grocery carts.
Hey, we can't go in the backyard today. There's a quinceanera that would stop me
Blew up
when
back
back
there
there
like
like some sort of what happened to public parks? Speaking of assholes,
Man,
many
the gender reveal
guys-
it out on Saturday was amazing.
I'd end up killing people. And there's like $1 million insurance policy. If it's past $20 you put in, but then you got
gotta
some
be some
ridiculous-
neighbors that
ridiculous-
say, no, you can't do that.
Well,
me.
that's the HOA.
Yeah.
Those are neighborhoods where you got
dream
Nazis
girl
in
in college.
Then you got choppers
I
over your
can't.
house because some
Like,
kids
I don't
face
wanna
down in the
be
bottom of
part
your
of
pool, and the
I'm
news
one
is there. That's the
dumb
last
room.
thing I
Yeah.
did. I was renting my pool this quinceanera, and like 100 people showed
Brady's
up. I'd charge by the shooting friendly fire around. They just, some
You
people
don't
just
want
want
a
to come
Eiffel Tower
over.
with Brady?
First off, it would look changing. If you got $50 to throw around per hour, the struggle face Brady
get a
makes
little
comes with a
concentration.
pool in it.
Brady's
go
just
to a
pleasure,
hotel.
yummy
Everything.
face.
The saddest, funniest thing I've
There's
ever
like
seen.
resorts all over
It would
this
look just
city.
like
Yeah.
it would
The
look
great
just
lodge
like
of
that
whatever
face
that
makes
thing
changing
Yeah, the
windshield
Wolf
wipers.
Lodge.
Yeah,
Go
struggle.
play in that. Go
He knows
play in
this
that
feeling's
piss
too
water.
nice. God's
Play a
watching.
slide rug
Slightly
all
out of
over.
reach.
Every
Exactly.
ounce of
Piss
guilt
and poop
and
in
pleasure
my pool.
at once. Isn't Verado. I would giggle hysterically.
Grand.
at Brady's.
La
Water.
Grande.
Yeah.
Have your quinceanera there.
gotta get
Rent
out
my
of
house
here.
for free. Hit me with a little friendly
That's the
fire.
irony.
Give me
Like a
20
$50
in the backyard swimming in my pool.
Mike, the little guy come and kick everybody out.
Yeah, big
I
dog would
won't
come
charge.
back.
I won't charge you for next week's swim.
Randy's
20
new
an
pool
ounce.
guy.
You get free swimming.
John's
Yeah.
right.
20 an ounce.
Yeah, let me rent your backyard.
Pregnancy
for a week.
test
I got an
strips
idea.
and blood in your
pool.
Positive.
I've been renting it out. Yeah, like
Chlorine's low.
Chlorine's low, but
For
the estrogen's
$45.
through the
Like
roof.
45. What year do you live in that you think you can rent my
like
house
eggs
for
and
$45?
pods.
I rented to a
This isn't a
quinceanera.
soul pool,
There's
right?
like a ton of really
Everybody
fertile Mexican
out.
girls
I
swimming in it
don't
last
think
week.
so, Holmes. Oh, great.
Hey, your pool is pregnant.
Gotta be some fights.
we live here
Yeah. And then you get that
Oh,
weird
they're
couple that wants to
gypsies.
rent it.
They're
You can't,
setting
like,
up
I'd stand and
tents.
watch them the whole time. They're going to hump in
Sunday's
your pool.
busy. We got 3 events.
Oh, that too.
And they're
Deadbeats.
deadbeats.
They're going to be nudists.
If you got to rent a pool,
come
you're
on,
Swimly, you
Swimly,
promised.
The Swimly police come in.
Come on.
$60 in PV, you can get
You're a
this
pool
pool.
renter. Saltwater
TV
pool
and
with
everything.
iconic
Yeah.
views.
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Swimply, you're missing Or the you just P. want to ruin somebody
is?
else's stuff and not yours.
Oh, it is. Swimply. I mean, I know the whole
They want
the
privacy.
RBO thing.
Wow. Now they get a proper
That's
plug.
just, but it's That's a just good deal. taking the yard.
Where's that one at,
Look at
bro?
the
Yeah,
grills.
just your yard, just the back. You're still home.
PV.
You know what the
Anyway,
worst
for those
thing
of you who
here
are
is?
Maximum 10 guests.
Swimly.
That's me and 9 other people are here for your backyard.
Oh, God, the Irish. They never leave.
We brought our own
We got
cooler.
our freshly delivered to our Swimly.
Do you have a home phone line? We want to make some long-distance calls.
And I'm feeling a little Aids-ly. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, back to Ireland there is.
Dear Brady, I
Well,
just
you
found
can
out my
have a
girlfriend
quinceanera
slash
with
fiance
that.
had a
There you go.
gangbang in college.
There's your
Granted, it
good.
was 17 years
Gilbert,
ago, and I know
how much
people's
is that
past
one?
are their past, but
$23 an
evidently, this was a 5-man show. She was a show pony
Pool
at
for
U of A.
$23.
And I found out because her college friend is still a whore.
by myself.
And my wife got into
$23
my
to
wife got into
use
an
my
argument with her
pool? You're
about
6
how
foot
she
deep,
needs to
has
slow it
waterfall
down.
on a slide
Then the
feature,
whore
great for
yells,
casual
"Really?
swimming
The queen
and
of
fun."
Speedway
How
gangbang
hard
has
up are
advice
you
for
for
me?"
cash?
Well,
You're
that led
on
to a few
drugs.
questions. You're a heroin addict.
Give
And
me
she told
23
me,
bucks, I'll let you use my water.
it floored
Go to
me.
the counter to
I'm
see
kind of
if
innocent. I'm on bird girl. I had my high school sweetheart, my first wife, and now
They're going
this girl.
great. Look,
the
the people who
gangbang.
came up with it,
What would
brilliant.
Brady do?
I just can't be on the other end.
Look
of
at
that.
Toledo. What do we got here?
If you
Guess we
can't
want
get
to
over that,
go,
you know, and say it was 17 years ago, and that was part of
10 guests.
the
5
growing up
children,
process,
loaded
then you might not be able
Talk
to go.
about
I mean,
a
it's
nightmare.
yeah, that could be tough news
I'm
because
over.
you
Fine.
definitely had a
Oh, 10
conservative
adults.
life compared to
Children. You can't go. That's 15
Speedway
people. You got
Express.
it, man. The old 5-finger death punch going on.
You can book a pet swim. You can bring your pets.
Did you get over it? You find out. $23.
Again, it would be
taking a quintet.
It'd be a tough story listen to that, and it would.
Oh my God!
It would be
Oh my God,
weird
this is a great day.
if you were really conservative as a
Condoleezza
couple.
is a woman. Look, the pool is
You can
turning
change your
red.
word. Yeah, you can, but you don't
How about
like
this weekend,
the
Brady?
ways being changed.
Yeah, but a lot of those sluts find
Saturday
Jesus
starting
instead.
at 9
What if
a.m.
you met
But
crazy?
could I get over it?
Brady's
I
got a
could.
pool.
Right.
And he's going
Yeah,
to
I'm
do
gonna
this.
What if you met her
Brett
10
goes,
No,
Brett
what's
goes,
the whore
Not
of
the
whores?
best.
Here.
I don't know.
Let's who we're out with.
$200 for the day. What
But
if
a
you?
five, but if she's a 5 bang, you can understand
Yeah, because they
experiment.
got 9 a.m.
Not with
to
5 cranks in a room.
Mine
No.
would be ridiculous.
Yeah,
Hi,
once.
Swimply.
What's this once?
Maybe
Yeah,
she wouldn't like my pool.
What's the
Hi,
difference?
Swimply,
She
how
gets
much
5
you want to
cranks
do?
in a week or 5 cranks at once.
What if she was? What if it was the Jackson 5? And it was actually a really impressive. We're going for 23 an hour. I know. I'd let somebody take the Jackson 5. I'd tell that story before she
boys
swam
from
and have the
Suicide
quinceanera in my
Tenants?
backyard.
Oh, tendencies.
Pissing in my
Nope.
pool for 2 hands, a couple
Nope.
of feet. Jackson.
Once a whore, always a whore.
The Misfits.
Sticking with it.
Pee
Brett
all
says
over
no.
Nice setup.
Brett says you should
knock
leave
on your door because
the Queen of the Speedway is no good to you.
If you got 5 cranks in the room.
But what if she? Oh, so 5 at once.
those
But if
neighbors
like
are close,
like
too.
Toledo
That'd be
said,
a loud
5
party.
times in
Loud
3 or 4
quinceanera.
weekends.
So many people are having their
I
flower
know, it does
in
sound
their
kind of weird,
pool.
but
5 different cranks in
So
a
she
week.
can be a
15. What
15-year-old's
about
over. That's
50
why they don't know
over
when that's
17?
That's what it'll be. It'll be high school.
before
kids.
you meet her.
Before you meet her.
No, that's
can
fine.
break
But if you're
balls.
taking all 5 at once,
Knock on your door.
That story just kills
There's
them.
a hair
it does.
clump.
She
It
can
does
take
take
as long
as she
it to a
wants.
different level.
One-on-one dong.
Right.
You can take one-on-one dong all day.
Waterfall
What if she took
shut off.
5 in a day?
I'm not doing that.
No,
Not
dear
altogether.
Brady, I met a girl at church. I'm not
5 different
religious
dudes?
much.
Yeah.
That's
I
still
go
hoary.
just in
Well,
2 days. Anyway, the girl I met
That's
is
still kind of
religious.
hoary.
4 days. She thinks I am.
Maybe. I can go 4.
I can go maybe 5 and 4 is where Brett draws
I can
the
go
line.
there.
I don't want to
What's your
pretend to be
What I like
religious.
is our,
Hold on a
our
second.
rationale.
But I
You're
wanna
kind of
hump
like
it.
the dentist
Do
that
I
approves
lie?
credit. 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
Until I
exactly.
hit this, make the notch on the old bedpost.
But if
or
he
be
had 4
honest,
appointments in one day, he'd do it.
putting that ass
yeah.
shelf.
Oh,
You
you're
could
goddamn
afford
right
that.
I would.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
If you had
But
a-
not this hoorah.
Yeah,
You know?
if you had a nickel in
No
front of you,
lie.
and you're like,
Just
bam,
be
bam,
open
bam, bam,
about
bam.
it.
Then you're not going to get that ass shelf, Nate.
That
Or it works the other way.
It won't.
I can save him.
But yeah, you got to get
Well,
over
she's
it.
going to save him by getting more
liked her
religious
before you
and not
found
doing
out.
it.
She seems to have.
If I had a situation
now you're in
that
a chase
I
game.
went out with a girl that was a
I'd want
little
more details.
higher on the
Doesn't bother me
religious.
at all. Like, that's fantastic.
I'm sure it's on Pornhub
just like
now.
I was.
Yeah, I think it's a great story.
Yeah. Go to the tote.
That's all.
She's
I
at
think.
57.
Talk about this with people.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Oh, the
And
stories
then
I've
you
just
got
got
to the point where it was then the
back and forth
jokes
and
that you would do
Oh.
at parties every now and then.
You,
There's 5?
Oh,
My
yeah,
wife
she
will
was
take
the
the
one that
last
said
5.
every
Hook up on a
party
flight.
of 5. 1, 2, 2 digs, 3,
I wasn't holding it. Yeah, whatever. And he'll just hold it over her the whole time.
You got 2,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Got no
How
problem
many-
with your
Stop me
holding
when you're done.
you're an asshole.
But she
Speaking of
gave it
assholes.
up, though.
How many guys?
No.
Oh, you chased that all over for nothing? Anyway.
Ouch. I'd have lied for
You
you.
flew around for that?
It is.
you redeemed
Again, that's a
yourself.
tough one.
Right off
Again,
the bat,
it was.
especially me.
Again, it was in within about a 3-month.
I can't.
Still, though.
Like, I don't want to.
You didn't get laid in 3 months?
Because I'm a one. Yeah, you.
hell?
This is all bad.
Yeah.
You're
It
not
was
making.
probably about that.
That's a 90-day money-back guarantee.
Brady's
I give all my gifts back
Would
if she
she
breaks
bring
up without
75
her around.
ass
I
and
bought her a
You don't
plane
want an
ticket.
Eiffel Tower with Brady?
First off, it would look changing windshield wipers again.
Really not. How do you know?
And the struggle face Brady
No
made.
concentration.
She wasn't showing
Brady's
it off. Pleasure, yummy face would be
Oh, we
the
were-
saddest, funniest thing I've ever seen.
I was allowed to check it.
It would look just like that.
You
face
got to
in
inspect
exchange
it?
with
I got to
that.
look under the
It's a
hood.
struggle. You got the
He knows
showroom
the
treatment.
feelings
You
too
never got
nice.
to drive
God's
the car.
watching.
Correctly out of reach.
Every
something I'm
ounce
not
of guilt and pleasure at
yeah.
once. So lesson learned.
I would
for
giggle
you. You'd never do
hysterically
that
at
again.
Brady's.
Oh,
Was
boy face.
it helps being
We gotta
equally
get
yoked
outta
in that
here.
department.
She didn't want to
You
do
hit
it.
me
It was a
with
little
putting
friendly
heat on
fire,
a
and
kid.
that's
You
probably
only
why
$20.
she's like, I don't want to do this.
Oh,
Maybe a little bit.
So yeah,
All right,
she
I won't
lied to
charge
her,
you.
told you.
I won't charge you for next week's
$20.
swim. Well, no,
20
I
an
think
ounce.
you get
Soaked
free swimling next
$20
week.
an ounce.
Yeah, let
I
me
could
rent
have
your
played the
backyard
evil
for a week.
card.
I got an idea. There's a
Keep some drawers.
She already thought you were
some
evil. Carnival. Finally.
The kids want
So
to
you
have
say
a party
you
in your
gotta
backyard
tell
for
her the truth.
$45.
Yeah, I
Like
wouldn't.
45. What year do
Unless-
you live
oh,
in
I couldn't.
That you think you can rent
on
my
the-
house
The whole
for
reason I didn't do
$45?
that,
And
and then how about when you got to play about it, but that comes
Hours
back to
up.
my-
everybody out.
I don't think so, Holmes.
Oh, great. They're night feast.
Gotta be some fights.
we live here now,
Yeah,
Holmes.
and
they're
in fact,
gypsies. They're
going
setting
back,
up
she,
tents. God damn.
Sunday's busy. We got 3 events.
You call Swimply. I want these Mexicans out of my yard.
My friend
racist?
Colin
No,
had
I
sex
mean,
with a girl.
come on, Swimly,
When
you
they'd
promised.
finish,
The
she'd run to a
Swimly
church.
police come
Come
in.
on.
$60 in
3
PV, you
times.
can get this
He didn't
pool.
understand
Saltwater
it.
pool.
TV and everything.
Iconic
Normal.
views. And then they'd
Swimply,
do all sorts
you're
of dirty
missing that
stuff, and then he'd do
It
things.
is?
Like she'd move her cross
Swimply?
necklace
Oh, it
behind
is.
her.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Simply.
Simply. I see what
Right,
you're
right.
saying.
Wow.
And then
they
get
get
a
up
proper
and get all upset.
That's a good deal.
I don't know where she's going.
Look at the grills.
Where do you you run away? It's
you know what the worst thing you'd hear is?
Maximum 10 guests.
It's like, I coat you?
That's me and 9 other people are here for your backyard. Oh, God, the Irish. They never leave.
They brought
their
own coolers.
Up to 10 guests.
struggle.
Do you have a home phone line? We want to make some
You clear
long-distance
this way.
calls.
It's not a struggle. Quit lying to
Still
yourself.
long-distance? Oh, yeah, back to Ireland there is.
You can't.
Well, you
pal
can't have
off
the quinceanera with
and
that.
go tell
There you
somebody
go.
I'm in a
There's,
mistake.
there's
and then
your
go
hood.
right back and do it
Gilbert.
again. How much is that one going for?
$23
Brett, you'll like this.
an hour.
Dear Brady, my mom doesn't like my current wife.
Bardog.
She's
The
not
money
allowed
on
at
her.
my
Go
mom's
for
house.
$23.
My mom doesn't allow.
I'll give you 40 to
oh,
just
she's
pee in
not
it
allowed.
by
My mom doesn't
myself.
allow her into
$23
her house
to
either.
use
And it all
my
stems
pool? You're
from
6 foot
something she
deep,
said
has
about her
waterfall
kids
and a
not being
slide feature,
baptized.
great for casual
She
swimming.
and my mom
and fun.
got into
How
it, and
hard
bad
up are you
things
for
were
cash?
revealed.
You're
My mom
on
called
drugs.
her a put.
You're a heroin
I'm not.
addict.
Give me 23
Several
bucks.
times as per.
Go to Is that the a counters and motorcycle? say
Italian for
busy.
whore.
Like they
Oh,
both on it.
I saw it on the news.
Anyway,
They're going great.
It's
Look,
a lot
the
of
people who came
Italian
up with
drama.
it. Brilliant. What would be
I just
or
can't
the
be on
other
the
B?
other end.
Look at Toledo. What do we got here?
How
Sorry.
many guests we want? Let's go.
You got that overbearing Italian mother. Doesn't
put
like
10
your
guests.
That's
wife.
every Italian
5
mother.
That's what I
children
was thinking.
loaded up.
Oh, talk about
10
a
max.
nightmare.
Toledo,
Bunny
you know,
hated
I'm over.
5 and
10
5.
max.
Oh, 10 max.
10 adults,
Darn it.
5 children.
I thought it was
15
his,
people. He's bad at math.
Just get rid of all the kids.
So he hates a wife because
You can
she
you can book
disagrees
a
on how the
pet.
kids are being
You can
raised.
bring your
Evidently,
pets.
she's got kids, and they're not baptized. And when the Italian mother found this out, 23
She's
like,
like,
"Oh, you know, I'm not whore out your my future grandkids because I think these are
Never
the
be the
kids
same.
from another thing. You're not doing that with
my
mine. They're
God.
getting raised a certain
Oh
way.
my
and
God,
then
this
they
is a great
butt heads.
day.
You'll get to the point where
Condoleezza
unless she
is a
stops
woman. Look, the
talking
pool is
that
turning
way
red.
and realize that's the way.
How about this weekend, Brady?
Those are your kids.
Yeah.
Book and raise your kids.
Saturday
on.
starting
it's an
at
Italian.
9 a.m.
You know
She's
what's
going to be
crazy
early.
from the house?
Brady's got a
Italian
pool.
son's not,
And he's going to do
You're
this.
going to book someone else's
You're gonna-
yard.
I'm going to go
Oh, yeah.
meet
You're
somebody.
gonna mess my
Ditch
pool
this
up.
like think of Brett.
$200 for the
Say
day.
Brett's mom hates Medea.
200.
Medea's not allowed
Yeah,
at the house.
because I got 9
Brett's
a.m.
mom's
to
not allowed
5.
Brett's
Oh,
going to
okay.
want to play with
Mine
What
is
would
mine
you
would be
do,
ridiculous.
Brett? Would
Hi,
you
Swimply.
Medea,
Yeah, I
sail
want
or
to win my
win?
pool.
Or
Hi,
Medea.
Swimply. How much do you want to do?
Medea.
To get
No kidding.
$100,000.
So you dump your mom
Some
for
idiot
Medea.
to play in my pool.
You know,
Sure, that's a
at
little
the end of the
high.
day,
Most
as
of them
much
are
as
going
I
for 23
the
an
Italian
hour.
thing
I
and all
know.
that stuff,
I'm special.
it's none of my mom's business how I
And
raise
your
No way I'm going to
family.
have the quinceanera in my
Right.
backyard
It's
bleeding
my
and pissing in
family.
my pool for
I'm in
a-
charge here.
for
I'm
a
not,
Jackson.
I'm not
So
doing
what
official
you're
turf,
saying here
Johnny.
live on the
Pee
air
all over
tonight
everything.
Nice
is
setup.
that, some
Medea's
kid knocking on your door because
gravy
you can't walk on that
better
hot
than your
turf.
I didn't say that.
That's what you're saying.
No, I
You're
didn't
willing
say
to give
that.
up Mama's gravy for
Well,
Medea's
Boy, those
Because I
gravy.
can make my own.
close, too. That'd be a loud party.
The other
Loud
thing
church.
about
Yeah.
it,
So many people are having their
that your
flower
mom,
in your
you know,
pool.
a lot of times they can always.
You give these
it'll
15-year-olds over. That's why they don't know when that's
That's what it'll be. It'll be high school kids.
That's right. Drinking
But
and
if
breaking
you-
bottles and
Yep.
breaking
So
everything.
You know, there's
Knock
times
on
that
your
you
door.
just deal with it sometimes.
There's a
But
hair
if it
clump
gets to
in the
point
pool.
where
It's
she's
not
adamant
working.
that I don't want you coming over here because your kids aren't baptized.
And that's on her.
Waterfall shut
That's
off.
not being a good grandmother.
Dear Brady, I met a girl at church.
So
I'm not
the- so the
religious
mom's
much.
calling her a
I
puttana?
go just in case. Anyway, the girl I met
basically
is
calling-
that really whore? She thinks I am.
Or prostitute.
She got an ass Jesus should be proud of. Anyway,
Whore.
I don't want to pretend to be
took 5
religious
cranks
anymore. I
and
think
Tucson.
it's
It might be the same.
But I want to
Yeah,
hump
it
it.
could be.
Do I lie?
Somebody said, just imagine you
Until I hit
pool
this,
in Toledo
make
and
the
his
notch on
family
the old
come pulling up with a
bedpost, or
mini
be
me.
honest, if I can charm her into putting that ass shelf on
got a
my
place to stay.
forehead. God bless.
It's
you.
in his financial range.
Yeah,
$45 an hour. All right, kids, you got
No lie.
60
Just
minutes
be
to
open
have
about
at
it.
in this pool. You're not going to get
Oops,
that ass
peas.
shelf, Nate.
And they're not going
Or
to be
it works the
respectful
other
of
way.
your pool. They're going to pee in it.
Let him save him.
Strangers.
Well, she's going to save him by getting more
Inflatable
religious and
BBCs
not
floating in the pool.
Now
I
you're
had
in
a situation
They're in a
that
chase game.
went on with a
We would
girl
like
that
to
was a
film a
little
pornographic
higher
video
on the
in your pool
religious
seat. Sure, the Toledos
pole
are back
than I
there right
was.
now, but if you wait, their time's almost
Yeah.
up.
Go to the tote.
Oh.
She's at
She's the-
57.
Swimply.
And it just got to the point where it was back and forth, and she
Swimply.
finally
So bad.
They're not
you-
leaving.
I mean,
the Irish, the
remember
Mexicans,
her.
they're not
Oh,
going
yeah,
home.
she was the one that
the
said
hours
you
aren't
weren't.
good enough.
broke up on a flight.
Yeah, that
Back?
quinceanera is going on all day, and good luck getting your money.
I wasn't
from
holy
Swimply.
enough.
You know, holy. Swimply might be a great
Let's
organization.
rent.
You?
Let's do
You
the
got
swim.
two
Yeah.
holies.
Do a show
Okay.
one
I like
morning.
both your holies.
I got no problem with your
Big
holiness.
Yeah,
big swim. Brought to you by Swimply.
But she gave it up, though.
We're in some weirdo's backyard. He's not allowed to come out here. We can do whatever we want.
You chased
Brett
that
pissed
all
in the
over
pool.
for nothing?
Ouch. I'd lied for a
Flew
little.
around
Weird.
for that?
I honestly
bought a
don't want
plane
anyone
ticket.
in my pool. Like if you
Again,
came over and like, let's
again,
go
it was
swimming.
it
No.
was in
That's my
within
pool.
about a
I
3
take
month
a bath
period.
with you.
Still, though.
You didn't get laid in 3 months?
Well, outside, does it say
hell,
this is all
public
anything?
anything.
Not
Sorry about
no,
that.
private. John's a 90-day money-back guarantee. I give all my gifts back if she breaks up without any ass. And I bought her a plane ticket.
But this was potentially going to be the one, man.
You can't piss in anyone's pool.
Clearly not. How do you know? Could have been a salmon factory down there. She wasn't showing it off. And then that music.
Oh, we were
all day.
I was allowed to check the goods.
$150.
Oh,
You got to inspect it?
I had to look under the hood.
You got the showroom treatment.
Yeah.
You never got to drive the car.
Correct.
I'm afraid that's something I might have to go.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah. So lesson learned for
have
you.
to go.
You'd never do that again.
She
only turns 15
it helps
months and
being
she's about to have
equally
the
yoked
baby.
in that department.
She didn't want to do it. I'm putting the heat on, and that's probably why she's
There's
like,
some tamales on your roof.
Baby number 3.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I betcha. So if you were lied to her and told her you were a little more holy. Just for $20.
Well, no, I think
so give me money. Why don't you just rent it for copper?
I could have played the evil card.
There you go. That is
Or
what
the
the
roast.
roast. She already thought you were KUPD.
Yeah, I want it.
So you say
really want it?
Yes, I really want it.
I couldn't.
You've been listening to
I mean, the
Holmberg's
whole
Morning
reason I
Sickness
didn't do
Podcast,
that, I
brought
just-
to you
I knew I
by
wouldn't
friends at
feel
Eric's
good
Family
about it, but that
Barbecue
comes
in
back from
Avondale. Meet,
a
mesquite,
religious back-
repeat.
the guilt.
Eric's Family
You felt great about it, had
BBQ.com.
she
She said yes. Right?
Yeah, and in fact, going back, she went forward, and then the next day was mad.
My friend Colin used
Mad
to
at me.
My friend Colin used to have sex with a girl that when they'd finish, she'd run to a church.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 times. He didn't understand it. Like she was completely normal, and then they'd do all sorts of dirty stuff, and then he'd do things. Like she'd move her cross necklace to behind her.
No.
Yeah. And then he'd do stuff on her boobs. And then she'd get up and like get all upset. I gotta go. And he didn't know where she was going. And then he asked her finally, what do you like? You run away. It's making me really self-conscious because I have to go confess. I go to church. It's like, I coat you and you go to church. That's not right. And then you come back.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle
It isn't
sometimes.
a struggle. You clear the slate. It's not a struggle. Quit lying to yourself. You can't towel off and then go tell somebody I made a mistake and then go right back and do it again. Brett, you'll like this one. Dear Brady, my mom doesn't like my current wife anymore. She's not allowed at my mom's house, and mom doesn't allow she's not allowed at our house, and mom doesn't allow her into her house either. And it all stems from something she said about her kids not being baptized. She and my mom got into it, and bad things were revealed. My mom called her a putana several times. Ask Brett.
Is that a motorcycle?
Italian for whore, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it's a lot of Italian drama. What would B or the other B do, Vince? You got that overbearing Italian mother, doesn't like your
That's
wife?
every Italian mother.
That's what I was thinking.
Man,
If Bunny hated Ronnie.
Is it? I thought it was his. So he hates a wife because she disagrees on how the kids are being raised.
Like, evidently, she's got kids, and they're not baptized. And when the Italian mother found this out, she's like, I'm not my future grandkids, because I think these are the kids from another thing. You're not doing that with mine. They're getting raised a certain way, and then they butt heads.
You'll get to the point where, unless she stops talking that way and realize that's the way, those are your kids. You raise your kids on whatever you want.
It's an Italian mom. So if she's banned you from the house, the Italian son's not going to ban. He's going in for the gravy.
He's
you
going
got to
back.
ditch her.
Sneak over there a little bit.
Like, think of Brett. Say Brett's mom hates Medea, and Medea's not allowed at the house, and Brett's mom's not allowed to. But Brett's going to want to play with both.
What would you do, Brett? I mean, Medea, you like stay home.
Who wins, mom or Medea? Oh,
Medea.
No kidding. So you dump your mom for Medea.
At the end of the day, as much as the Italian thing and all this stuff, it's none of my mom's business how I raise
your
my
family.
kids.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's my family. I'm in charge here. I'm not.
So
doing
what you're saying here, live on the air, is that Medea's gravy is better than your mama's.
I didn't say that.
That's what you're saying.
No, I
You're
didn't
willing
say
to give
that.
up mama's gravy for Medea's gravy.
Because I can make my own.
The other thing about it
pretty good.
is that your mom, a lot of times they can always, it'll needle after a while, but she'll always make that remark when you're over there.
Oh, yeah.
But if you can,
so mom,
there's times that you just deal with it sometimes. But if it gets to the point where, she's adamant that I don't want you coming over here because your kids aren't baptized,
and that's on her.
That's not being a good grandmother.
Yeah.
No. So the mom's calling her a putana?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically he's calling.
Is that really whore?
Yeah. Whore, prostitute, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Who are Like that broad that took 5 cranks in Tucson.
It might be the same letter.
Yeah.
It might be the same,
Could be.
same family. Somebody said, just imagine you rent your pool and Toledo and his family come pulling over that mini Winnie. Like, oh, sweet Jesus.
We got a place to stay.
It's in his financial range, $45 an hour. All right, kids, you got 60 minutes to have at it in this pool. Poops, pees. And they're not going to be respectful of your pool. They're going to pee in it. They're going to do, strangers and their STDs floating around.
Inflatable BBCs floating in the pool.
We would like to film a pornographic feature in your pool, Pete. Sure, the Toledos are back there right now, but if you wait, their time's almost up. Swimply.
That just sounds...
Swimply.
So bad.
They're not leaving. The Irish, the Mexicans, they're not going home at the hour's up. That quinceañera is going on all day, and good luck getting your money from Swimply. Swimply might be a great organization.
Let's do the Swimply. Do a
KUPD
show one
party.
morning.
All right. That's somebody's
Swimply
pool.
show.
Big brought to you by Swimply. We're in some weirdo's backyard, and he's not allowed to come out here. We can do whatever we want. Brett, piss in the pool. It's weird. I honestly don't want anyone in my pool. Like, if you came over and like, let's go swimming. No, that's my pool. I don't want to take a bath with you. Outside, does it say public anything? No, private. John's pool. Out.
It's Swimply irresistible.
I don't like it. Don't do that.
Come on.
$23, you can piss in anyone's pool. It's Swimply irresistible. It's disgusting. And then that music. All day. $150. We get
3 hours.
Sorry, Holmes. I'm afraid you and your family have to go. I'm sorry. You're going to have to go. She only turns 15 once, and she's about to have the baby. Anyway, good luck with that.
There's some tamales on your roof.
Baby number 3.
You can rent your pool. You're a mess addict. Just for $23, just use my water. Just give me money. Why don't you just rent it for copper? There you go. That is what Brady did. It's 98 KUPD.
Yeah, I want it.
You really, really, really want it?
Yes, I really want it.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.